Hello everyone, my name is Devangi Parekh. In the previous video of object-oriented programming, we have seen some basic feature which is related to object-oriented programming, and we have also seen the scope resolution operator. So in this today's video of object-oriented programming using C++, I am going to discuss the basic function which is related to input and output, which is known as Cin and Cout. I am going to discuss class and object concept using one program, and we will see the structure and arrow operator in object oriented programming. So now let's start today's video with input and output function. So in C++ programming, for input and output function, we are going to use Cin, Cin and Cout. We have already seen this basic functionality which is related to Cin and Cout. Now, Cin is the object of class iStream. It is used to accept the input from standard input device like keyboard. If we are using Cin object in our programming, then we must have to include the header file iostream in our program. Here is the basic syntax of Cin. So, first of all, we have to write Cin, then this double arrow. This double arrow is known as extraction operator. This extraction operator is used to receive the stream of character with by user with the use of keyboard. Now, after this arrow, we have to write the variable name. The extraction operator can be also used to accept more than one inputs. The syntax will be like Cin extraction operator, and then we can write multiple variables to accept the values from user. Cout is a function which is used to display the output to standard output device like monitor. If we are using Cout in our program, then we must have to include iostream header file in our program. Here is the basic syntax of Cout. Cout double arrow variable name. This variable name will be displayed to the output device like monitor. This double arrow operator here, which is known as insertion operator. So Cin and Cout function will be work same like printf and scanf, which we have used in the C programming. Now let's understand the Cout and Cin function with one program. To write a program in C++, there are many IDEs are available, but I am using online IDE. So you just need to type in the search online C++ IDE. Here one IDE is available, online GDB. I am going to open this, and I am going to using this compiler to compile my C++ program. For writing C++ program, I am going to use one online editor which is online GDB. So if you want to use this online editor, just write online GDB editor in your search engine. Then open this website. In this website, first of all, you have to choose here a language. You have to choose C++ language, and then you can write your program. So here I have written one basic program which is related to Cin and Cout function. So you all know about the basic structure of C++ programming. With respect to that, I have written the include header file, then namespace, and then in the main programming I have written the main logic. In this program I am just going to I am just going to do take one number from user, then two numbers, and then I am going to just summation of these two numbers. The printf the Cout and Cin function will be work same like printf and scanf. So in this first part of this code, first of all, we have to enter one number. Then in this second part of this code, we have to enter two numbers, and then finally with the use of x plus y plus z, I am going to summarize three numbers which is entered by user. Now let's just run this code. So here you can see the console is here. Here the console is shown like enter a number. So first of all, I have to enter one number. I am going to enter 10. Then we have to enter two numbers. Again I am going to add two numbers. This is the first number and this is the second number. So we got our answer sum 30. So here is the basic program of Cin and Cout. How you can use multiple inputs with the use of Cin and Cout. You can see this in the program. And the data and function together. In a simple way, we can consider it as it is a collection of data and function together. In class and object, there are two main things important. First one is how to declare the class in C++, and second thing is how we can access the member and functions of class. So first we will see how we can declare the class in C++. So for declaring the class, we have to use the class keyword, and then you can define any user defined name of the class, and inside this curly braces we can add different type of functions and class member in this. And at last, to terminate the class, we need to write the semicolon. Second important thing in class, which is how to access the data member and function in C++. So for accessing the data member and function in C++, we need to write the dot operator. Here I have written one small example in which first I have written the object, then dot operator, and then function which is already declared in the class. By using this syntax, you can access the data member and data function in class. Now let's understand one real-time example of class and object. So assume that a car is an object. A car has different attributes like such as different type of information which is related to car such as the color, weight, number of seats, number of model number. So these are the different attributes are there. Attributes and methods are basically variables and function that is belong to the class. Now we will see one program for understand the class and object. So here I have written one small program in which just information is passed. One information is passing through object, and second information we have entered, and those two information are just printed as an output. So let's understand this program line by line. So first of all, I have created one class named test. In this class there are two members, data1 and data2, which is declared as a private members. And secondly, I have declared two functions in insert integer data, and second function is insert float data. These two are my functions which I have declared as a public. Now we have noticed the public and private keyword in the class. So the private keyword makes data and function private. Private data and functions can be accessed only from inside the same class, and public keyword makes data and function public. So public data and function can be accessed out of the class. So here data1 and data2, two variables are private members, and those two functions I have declared as a public. So if you try to access those private data outside the class, the compiler throws error. This feature of object oriented programming is known as data hiding. So I have created one class named test. To access the data and function which is defined in the class, we need to define the object. So here I have declared the object in the main function test O1 and O2. Here O1 and O2 are two objects for the class. Now above class test data1 data in the class data1 and data2 are class members, and those two functions are known as member function. So there are two objects O1 and O2 are created for the class test. To set the value of data1 for object O1, I have written this statement. By using this next statement, the integer float data function for O2 object is called and return the value from the function is stored in the variable second object 2 by using this statement. And finally, by this statement, I am going to write the two values. Now let's run this program. So here we can see that the first value 12 is written here, and then we have to enter the second data. So I am going to enter the second data, and second data is written printed out. Now we will see structure in object-oriented programming. We have already seen the concept of structure in C programming language. So it is just similar like that. So structure is referred as a user-defined data type. It is a similar like array, but the difference between array and structure is array is a collection of similar data type, while structure is a collection of different data type. A structure can contain any data including array as well as the other structure also. Each variable we have declared inside the structure is known as member of the structure. So let's understand how we can declare the structure. So for declaring the structure, first of all we have to write the struct keyword, then the structure name, and then inside the curly braces we can write the member for the structure. So here is one small example by which you can write the structure. Now here also the second important thing for structure is how we can access the member of structure. So to access the member of structure we have to create one object. So here I have created the object employee. So here first of all employee is a structure name. In this example I have created structure named employee, and to access this different type of structure member I have created object name employee. In today's video there is a one another concept is arrow operator. So arrow operator is used to access the class member. It is also known as class member access operator. Here is the basic syntax for arrow operator, how we can access class member with the use of arrow operator. Let's understand this arrow operator and structure with one example. Now we will see one program which is related to structure and arrow operator. Arrow operator is basically used to access the structure member. For this I have created one structure named student, and in this structure student there are two structure member. First one is roll number and second one is gender. To access this structure member, we have to create structure variable. So I have created structure variable with the statement student Devangi. So here Devangi is a structure variable name. With the use of this variable we can access the member of student. If we want to use the pointer in the program, then first of all we need to create one pointer which is points to the structure. So for this we have to write student star pointer name. So here I have written pointer name has Devangi PTR. By this statement Devangi PTR will points to the variable Devangi. So if we want to access the member of student variable with the use of Devangi, then we need to write dot operator. So here I have written like Devangi dot structure member name is equal to value. And if we want to points, we want to use the pointer for accessing the member of structure member, then we have to write the arrow operator. So we have to write the statement like pointer name which is Devangi PTR, then arrow operator, then name of the structure member and is equal to value, and then simply I have written both this value. So let's just run the program. So here you can see that the value which I have written is shown as output. By this program, we can understand that if we want to access the structure member with the variable name, then we have to use dot operator, and if we want to access the structure member with the pointer to structure, then we need to use the arrow operator. So in today's video, we have learned one basic program with related to C in C out. Then we have seen the concept of class and object, and at the last we have seen structure and arrow operator. Thank you.